Many of us grow up believing that toughness means never showing weakness, always pushing through pain, and suppressing emotion. But this myth is not only false, it can be dangerous. True resilience is not about denial or bravado. It is about self-awareness, adaptability, and the courage to face reality as it is. The world celebrates the stoic hero who never falters. Yet, as Sir Edmund Hillary reminds us, the real conquest is internal. Research shows that those who acknowledge their vulnerabilities and learn from setbacks are the ones who become truly unbreakable. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Sir Edmund Hillary. Before we can build a resilient mindset, we must first clear away the myths that cloud our understanding. Misconceptions. The stories you've been told about toughness, like never let them see you sweat, often set you up for shame and isolation. Yielding to pressure. When you conform to external expectations, you lose touch with your authentic self. Temporary fixes. Quick solutions, like ignoring pain or toughing it out, may work in the short term, but they rarely lead to lasting strength. Hero complex. The need to appear invincible can prevent you from seeking help or learning from mistakes. Self-critique. Harsh self-judgment erodes confidence and makes growth nearly impossible. Transitioning from myth to mastery requires a new foundation. What do you truly believe about your own resilience? For example, do you see yourself as someone who bounces back or someone who breaks under pressure? Awareness. How do you respond to stress and setbacks? Noticing your patterns is the first step to changing them. Science. Decades of research show that resilience is a skill, not a fixed trait. Evidence. Look for proof in your own life, moments when you overcame adversity, even if they seemed small at the time. Toughness is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to engage with struggle skillfully. It is the willingness to learn, adapt, and persist, not to pretend that pain or fear do not exist. This new definition is the foundation for everything that follows in this book. Identify and challenge 3 personal misconceptions about resilience and strength. For each, write down the belief, the evidence for and against it, and a new, more empowering belief to adopt. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela. By the end of this book, you will have the tools, frameworks, and mindset to become truly unbreakable, not by denying your humanity, but by embracing it fully and skillfully. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This wisdom reminds us that true strength begins with intention and self-knowledge, not with outward displays of toughness. Every skyscraper stands on a base that is invisible but essential. Your mindset is no different. Without a strong psychological core, even the best intentions will collapse under pressure. The Forge principle is your blueprint for building this foundation. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus. Clarify your core values and beliefs. What do you stand for when no one is watching? Order. Create structure in your daily life. Routines and rituals anchor you when chaos strikes. Resilience. Develop the ability to recover from setbacks. Each challenge is a chance to reinforce your foundation. Growth. Embrace continuous learning and adaptation. Growth is not a phase, it's a lifelong commitment. Execution. Take consistent, purposeful action. Plans mean nothing without follow-through. The Forge principle gives you the big picture, the architecture of your mental strength. But a strong structure needs daily maintenance. That's where the core system comes in. Know who you are and what you want. Take time to reflect on your true priorities, not just what others expect of you. Ownership. Accept responsibility for your choices and outcomes. When you own your actions, you gain the power to change them. Reason. Make decisions based on principles, not impulses. Ask yourself, is this choice aligned with my values, or am I reacting out of habit? Endurance. Stay the course, even when progress is slow. Resilience is built by showing up, especially on the days when it feels hardest. With the structure and daily habits in place, you need a process for evolving your identity over time. This is where the identity protocol becomes essential. Examine your current self-concept. What stories do you tell yourself about who you are? Define. Articulate the person you want to become. Write it down. Be specific and bold. Evaluate. Assess the gap between your current and ideal self. Where are you strong and where do you need to grow? Navigate. Chart a path for growth. Set clear milestones and checkpoints along the way. Test. Experiment with new behaviors and beliefs. Try on new habits and see how they fit. Integrate. Make new patterns part of your daily life. Repetition is key. Consistency turns actions into identity. Track. Monitor your progress and adjust as needed. Use a journal or app to keep yourself honest. Yield. Allow yourself to evolve as you learn. Growth means letting go of what no longer serves you. This is what Will Durant meant when he wrote, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Map your fundamental beliefs and test them under hypothetical pressure scenarios. For each belief, ask, would this hold up if everything around me changed? What would I need to reinforce or revise to remain unbreakable? Building your psychological foundation is not a one-time project. It is a lifelong process of forging, testing, and refining who you are. With a strong core, you can weather any storm and emerge stronger each time. Emotions are not the enemy. They are signals. But without the right tools, strong emotions can overwhelm your judgment and sabotage your progress. The Roman philosopher Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This chapter is about building the emotional armor that lets you face adversity with clarity and composure. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Create distance between stimulus and response. Take a breath before reacting. Halt. Pause and check in with yourself. What are you feeling right now? Identify. Name the emotion. Labeling feelings reduce their power. Evaluate. Assess the situation objectively. Is this a real threat or a perceived one? Label. Assign meaning to your experience. What story are you telling yourself? Decide. Choose your response deliberately. You are not at the mercy of your first impulse. The shield system gives you a process for emotional self-defense, but to truly master your emotions, you need to cultivate calm and learn to reset when things go wrong. Ground yourself in the present moment. Use your breath or senses to anchor your awareness. Acknowledge. Accept your feelings without judgment. All emotions are valid data. Let go. Release the need to control every outcome. Some things are outside your influence. Move forward. Take the next best step, even if it's small. Progress, not perfection. Notice when you're off balance. Awareness is the first step to change. Express. Share your feelings in a healthy way. Write, talk, or move. Shift. Change your environment or perspective. Sometimes a walk or a new angle makes all the difference. Engage. Reconnect with your values and purpose. Why does this moment matter? Transform. Use the experience to grow stronger. Every setback is a training ground for resilience. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl. Identify your top 5 emotional triggers. For each, design a specific response protocol using the SHIELD system. Practice these responses in low-stakes situations so they become automatic when adversity strikes. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing feelings, but about skillfully navigating them. With the SHIELD system and supporting frameworks, you can face adversity with confidence and composure. We all carry beliefs about ourselves, some empowering, some invisible and corrosive. Limiting beliefs are like rust on steel. Left unchecked, they weaken your foundation. The philosopher Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." This chapter is about forging a mindset that is strong, flexible, and resistant to the corrosive effects of self-doubt. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Self-knowledge. Become aware of your recurring thoughts and internal narratives. What stories do you tell yourself about your abilities? Truth-telling. Be honest about your strengths and weaknesses. Growth starts with radical self-honesty. Evidence gathering. Seek proof for and against your beliefs. Are your assumptions based on facts or fears? Ego checking. Notice when pride or fear of failure keeps you stuck. True strength is humble and open to learning. Limits accepting. Recognize your current boundaries, but don't let them define your future. Limits are starting points, not finish lines. The STEEL framework helps you identify and challenge the beliefs that hold you back. But to truly transform, you need to build a body of proof and a process for clear decision-making. Track your real-world results, not just your intentions. Keep a record of your achievements, no matter how small, to build confidence in your abilities. Recovery. Learn from setbacks and use them as data for growth. Each failure is feedback, not a verdict on your worth. Overcoming. Celebrate moments when you pushed past old limits. Acknowledge your progress and let it fuel your next challenge. Others' feedback. Seek honest input from people you trust. Sometimes others see strengths and blind spots you miss. Future capability. Visualize the skills and strengths you are developing. Imagine the person you are becoming and let that vision guide your actions. Building proof changes what you believe is possible, but you also need a systematic way to make decisions from this new, empowered mindset. That's where the CLEAR protocol comes in. Pause and ground yourself before making decisions. Take a deep breath and step back from the urgency of the moment. List. Write down your options and possible outcomes. Seeing your choices on paper brings clarity and reduces overwhelm. Evaluate. Weigh the evidence for each choice. Consider the facts, your values, and the likely consequences. Act. Make a decision and commit to it. Action breaks the cycle of indecision and builds momentum. Review. Reflect on the results and adjust your approach as needed. Growth comes from learning what works and what doesn't. The Buddha taught, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This ancient wisdom aligns perfectly with modern neuroscience. Your beliefs shape your reality, and your actions reinforce your beliefs. Let's identify a core limiting belief together. First, examine its origins using the STEEL process. Test its truth, and then reframe it into a statement of possibility. Finally, write down your new belief and one action to reinforce it. Overcoming limiting beliefs is not a one-time event. It is a continual process of self-examination, truth-telling, and courageous action. With the STEEL framework and supporting systems, you can turn self-doubt into a source of strength. Purpose is the engine that powers resilience. Without a clear sense of why, even the strongest foundation will eventually crack. The author Simon Sinek said, "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it." This chapter is about discovering your why and building a system that keeps you moving forward even when motivation fades. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Simon Sinek. Intentionally craft your environment and routines to support your goals. What you surround yourself with shapes your behavior. Reduce friction. Remove obstacles and distractions that sap your energy. Make the right actions easy and the wrong ones hard. Install triggers. Set up cues and reminders that prompt positive action. Habits are built on reliable signals. Verify progress. Track your actions and celebrate small wins. Progress, not perfection, sustains momentum. Evolve. Regularly review and adjust your approach as you grow. Flexibility is key to long-term success. The drive system gives you a roadmap for daily action. But to stay on course, you need a vision that inspires you and a set of anchors that keep you grounded. Clarify what matters most to you. Your values are the compass for your decisions. Inspire. Find sources of inspiration that fuel your ambition. Stories, mentors, and role models can light the way. Strategize. Break big goals into actionable steps. A vision without a plan is just a dream. Implement. Take consistent action toward your vision. Even small steps move you forward. Observe. Reflect on your progress and adjust as needed. Self-awareness keeps you aligned. Navigate. Adapt to obstacles and stay true to your course. Flexibility ensures you don't lose sight of your destination. Having a clear vision is essential, but vision alone isn't enough. You need anchors that keep you steady when storms arise. That's where the anchor principle comes in. Ensure your actions match your values and vision. When your daily choices reflect your deepest priorities, you feel a sense of integrity and peace. Misalignment creates friction and drains motivation. Navigation. Use feedback and reflection to stay on track. Regularly check your progress and course correct as needed. Navigation is about being honest with yourself and making adjustments before you drift too far off course. Clarity. Keep your goals and priorities visible. Write them down, post them where you can see them, and revisit them often. Clarity cuts through confusion and helps you focus on what matters most. Habit. Build routines that reinforce your purpose. Habits are the invisible architecture of achievement. The right routines make progress automatic and reduce the need for constant willpower. Objective. Set clear, measurable targets. Objectives give you something concrete to aim for and a way to measure your progress. Without objectives, it's easy to drift or lose momentum. Review. Regularly assess your direction and make adjustments. Take time to reflect on what's working and what isn't. Review is the practice of learning from experience and staying agile as your goals evolve. This is what President John F. Kennedy meant when he said, "Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction." Purpose gives your actions meaning, and direction keeps you moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Create a visual map connecting your core values to your long-term vision and daily habits. Identify one area where your actions are out of alignment and design a specific adjustment to bring them into harmony. Purpose and vision are not static. They evolve as you do. With the drive system and supporting frameworks, you can sustain motivation and move forward with clarity, no matter what challenges arise. Discipline is the engine that turns vision into reality. Without it, even the best plans stall out. The writer Jim Rohn said, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment." This chapter is about building that bridge, one habit at a time. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Jim Rohn. Set clear intentions for the habits you want to build. Define what success looks like in specific, measurable terms. Normalize. Make your new behaviors part of your daily routine. Consistency is more important than intensity. Guard. Protect your habits from distractions and setbacks. Anticipate obstacles and plan your responses. Integrate. Link new habits to existing routines. Habit stacking makes change easier and more sustainable. Nurture. Encourage yourself with positive reinforcement. Celebrate small wins and forgive slip-ups. Evaluate. Regularly review your progress and adjust as needed. Growth is a process, not a destination. The engine protocol gives you a system for building discipline. But to keep your engine running, you need the right habits and a sense of rhythm in your daily life. Use cues to trigger your desired behavior. A strong hook makes starting automatic. Action. Take the first small step. Action overcomes inertia and builds momentum. Benefit. Notice the immediate rewards of your habit. Positive feedback reinforces behavior. Integrate. Blend your habit into your existing lifestyle. The easier it fits, the more likely it will stick. Track. Monitor your consistency and celebrate progress. Tracking turns effort into evidence. Habits are the building blocks, but to sustain them over time, you need a sense of rhythm, a natural flow that carries you forward and makes progress feel effortless. That's where the rhythm system comes in. Routine. Establish a predictable sequence for your day. Routines reduce decision fatigue and free up mental energy. Habit. Focus on one habit at a time until it becomes automatic. Mastery comes from repetition, not variety. Yield. Allow yourself to adapt your routines as life changes. Flexibility keeps you from getting stuck. Track. Keep a record of your routines and habits. Tracking reveals patterns and helps you course correct. Hone. Refine your habits and routines for greater effectiveness. Small tweaks can lead to big improvements. Maintain. Sustain your progress by reviewing and recommitting regularly. Maintenance is the secret to long-term success. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Will Durant. Assess your current self-discipline across key areas of your life. Identify one habit to build or strengthen, and design a system using the Engine protocol to support it. Track your progress for 21 days and reflect on the results. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about progress. With the Discipline Engine and supporting frameworks, you can turn daily actions into lifelong resilience. Adversity is not the enemy, it's the curriculum. Every challenge you face is a lesson in disguise. The psychologist Carl Jung said, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." This chapter is about choosing to become a student of adversity, not a victim of it. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Carl Jung. Observe your challenges without judgment. Awareness is the first step to learning. Extract. Identify the lesson hidden within the difficulty. Every setback contains a seed of growth. Adopt. Integrate the new lesson into your mindset and behavior. Change is learning in action. Reframe. Shift your perspective to see adversity as opportunity. Reframing turns pain into power. Navigate. Apply what you've learned to future situations. True learning is measured by how you respond next time. The Learn protocol gives you a roadmap for turning adversity into wisdom. But to truly master this process, you need a curriculum, a way to systematically extract value from every experience. Challenges. List the major challenges you faced. Each one is a chapter in your personal curriculum. Understand. Analyze what triggered each challenge. Understanding context reveals patterns. Reflect. Take time to process your emotional and mental responses. Reflection deepens learning. Respond. Note how you reacted and what you might do differently. Response is where growth happens. Integrate. Apply the lessons learned to your current life. Integration makes learning stick. Create. Develop new strategies or habits based on your insights. Creation is the mark of mastery. Upgrade. Continually improve your approach as you gain more experience. Upgrading keeps you evolving. Learn. Stay open to new lessons, even from unexpected sources. Lifelong learning is the goal. Unlock. Recognize new capabilities that emerge from your growth. Unlocking potential is the reward. Mastery. Commit to ongoing practice and refinement. Mastery is a journey, not a destination. The curriculum model helps you see your life as a series of lessons, not just a series of events. But to truly master this curriculum, you need a set of core attributes that sustain you through the learning process. These qualities are what transform lessons into lasting change. Grit. Persevere through setbacks. Grit is the fuel for long-term learning. Resilience. Bounce back stronger after adversity. Resilience is built through repeated trials. Opportunity. Seek the hidden opportunities in every challenge. Opportunity is the upside of adversity. Wisdom. Distill your experiences into actionable insights. Wisdom is knowledge applied. Tenacity. Refuse to give up even when progress is slow. Tenacity keeps you moving forward. Humility. Stay open to feedback and new perspectives. Humility is the foundation of growth. The obstacle in the path becomes the path. Never forget, within every obstacle is an opportunity to improve our condition. Ryan Holiday. Catalog your past challenges. For each, extract the lesson, reflect on your response, and identify how you can apply that learning going forward. Adversity is not a detour. It's the main road to mastery. With the Learn protocol and supporting frameworks, you can turn every setback into a stepping stone for growth. No one builds an unbreakable mindset alone. The strongest people are those who know how to seek support, give support, and build alliances that multiply their strength. There's an African proverb that captures this truth. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This chapter is about going farther, together. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. African proverb. Reach out for help and guidance when you need it. Asking is a sign of strength, not weakness. Listen. Be fully present when others share their insights. Listening builds trust and understanding. Learn. Absorb lessons from the experiences of others. Every person you meet can teach you something. Invest. Put time and energy into your relationships. Strong alliances require consistent effort. Act. Take initiative to support others. Giving is as important as receiving. Network. Expand your circle by connecting with new people. Networks create new opportunities. Collaborate. Work together towards shared goals. Collaboration multiplies results. Engage. Stay actively involved in your support system. Engagement keeps relationships alive. The alliance model gives you a blueprint for building meaningful, mutually beneficial relationships. But to make the most of your alliances, you need to know how to give and receive feedback effectively. Identify people whose feedback you value. Choose those who are honest and supportive. Elicit. Ask for specific, actionable feedback. The right questions yield the best answers. Evaluate. Consider feedback objectively, without defensiveness. Evaluation leads to growth. Discuss. Have open conversations about feedback. Dialogue deepens understanding. Build. Use feedback to strengthen your skills and relationships. Building is an ongoing process. Act. Implement the feedback you receive. Action turns advice into improvement. Check. Follow up to see how changes are working. Checking closes the feedback loop. Feedback is the lifeblood of growth, but trust is the foundation. Transparency and honest in your communications. Transparency builds credibility. Reliability. Do what you say you will do. Reliability earns respect. Understanding. Strive to see things from others' perspectives. Understanding fosters empathy. Support. Offer help and encouragement freely. Support strengthens bonds. Teamwork. Work together toward common goals. Teamwork turns individuals into allies. Oprah Winfrey understood this when she said, "Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher." Identify and map your current and ideal support network. For each person, note the role they play and one action you can take to strengthen that connection. You are the architect of your support system. With the alliance model and supporting frameworks, you can build relationships that make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Growth is not a sprint, it's a marathon. The real challenge is not just to start strong, but to keep going when motivation fades and life gets complicated. The writer James Clear said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." This chapter is about building systems that help you sustain progress for the long haul. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. James Clear. Strategy. Develop a clear plan for ongoing growth. Strategy keeps you focused and intentional. Upgrade. Regularly improve your systems and routines. Upgrading prevents stagnation. Self-care. Prioritize rest, nutrition, and well-being. Self-care fuels resilience. Track. Monitor your progress and adjust as needed. Tracking keeps you accountable. Adapt. Be willing to change your approach as circumstances shift. Adaptation is the key to longevity. Improve. Seek out new knowledge and skills. Improvement is a lifelong process. Nurture. Support your growth with positive relationships and environments. Nurturing sustains motivation. The sustain principle gives you a foundation for lasting growth. But to truly thrive, you need balance in all areas of life. Set limits to protect your time and energy. Boundaries prevent burnout. Adaptability. Stay flexible in the face of change. Adaptability keeps you resilient. Learning. Commit to continuous learning and curiosity. Learning keeps you growing. Accountability. Hold yourself and others responsible for progress. Accountability drives results. Nutrition. Fuel your body and mind with healthy choices. Nutrition supports performance. Community. Build connections that inspire and support you. Community is a source of strength. Enjoyment. Make time for joy and fulfillment. Enjoyment makes the journey worthwhile. Balance is not about perfection. It's about making adjustments as you go. And to make those adjustments effectively, you need regular renewal, a practice of reflecting, recharging, and recommitting to your path. Take time to look back and learn from your experiences. Reflection deepens wisdom. Energize. Replenish your energy through rest and positive activities. Energy is your fuel for growth. Navigate. Steer your life with intention and purpose. Navigation keeps you on course. Evolve. Embrace change and growth as a constant. Evolution is the essence of mastery. Win. Celebrate your progress and achievements. Winning builds confidence and momentum. Winston Churchill captured this spirit when he said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Design a personal plan for sustaining growth and preventing burnout. Identify one area to upgrade, one boundary to set, and one way to renew your energy this week. Mastery is not a destination, it's a way of traveling. With the sustain principle and supporting frameworks, you can keep moving forward no matter what life brings. Building an unbreakable mindset is not a one-time achievement, it's a lifelong journey. The real reward is not just what you accomplish, but who you become along the way. As you move forward, remember, setbacks are not the end, but invitations to grow stronger. Every challenge is a chance to practice the principles you've learned and to reinforce your resilience. You've absorbed 26 frameworks across 8 chapters: Forge for your foundation, Shield for emotional armor, Steel for overcoming doubt, Drive for motivation, Discipline for daily habits, Learn for turning adversity into wisdom, Alliance for building your support system, and Sustain for lifelong growth. Now it's time to turn knowledge into action. The most important step is not to do everything at once, but to choose your starting point wisely. Identify your top 3 takeaways from this book. Set one clear milestone for the next 90 days. Choose an accountability partner or system. Schedule regular check-ins to review your progress. No one succeeds alone. The Alliance model and Trust protocol remind you that growth is a team effort. Seek out mentors, peers, or communities that share your commitment to growth. Be open to feedback and willing to adjust your approach. Offer support to others on their journey and let them support you. Mastery is not a destination, it's a way of traveling. The Sustain principle, Balance framework, and Renew model are your guides for the road ahead. Embrace curiosity and stay open to new ideas. Treat every experience as an opportunity to learn. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. The ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu taught, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Your journey begins now. Create a 90-day roadmap for applying the book's principles. List your milestones, support structures, and strategies for overcoming obstacles. You have everything you need to build an unbreakable mindset. The path forward is yours to walk, one step, one lesson, one victory at a time. But remember, the world needs more people with unbreakable mindsets, people who rise after falling, who support others, who turn adversity into wisdom, and who never stop growing. So take that first step, commit to your path, become the person you were meant to be, and help others do the same.